Self-doubt can be a silent killer. It creeps in, holds you back, and convinces you that you're not good enough before you've even tried. But here's the truth. Every confident person you admire has battled it too. The difference? They learned how to rise above it. In this video, we'll explore practical ways to overcome self-doubt and build a mindset that doesn't break under pressure. You'll learn how to shift your inner dialogue, bounce back from setbacks, and show up with confidence, even when fear tries to talk you down. If you're ready to stop second-guessing yourself and start owning your potential, this is your moment. Today, we will talk about overcoming self-doubt, building a resilient mindset. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. What self-doubt really is? Self-doubt isn't just feeling nervous or unsure. It's the voice that tells you you're not ready, not smart enough, not capable. It questions every move you make. It convinces you to play small, even when you have big dreams. It often shows up in the form of hesitation. Maybe you want to speak up in a meeting, but hold back. Maybe you want to apply for a job, but talk yourself out of it. That's self-doubt at work. It makes you think you're protecting yourself, but really, it's keeping you stuck. Recognizing it is the first step, because you can't overcome what you don't name. Where self-doubt comes from. Self-doubt doesn't come from nowhere. It often starts early. Maybe you were criticized a lot growing up. Maybe you failed once and internalized that failure. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough, and you believed it. It also comes from comparing yourself to others. Social media makes this worse. You see people's highlights, not their struggles, and you feel like you're behind. But you're not behind. You're just comparing your real life to someone else's edited version. Understanding the root of your doubt helps you take back control. You realize it's not truth. It's a learned pattern. How doubt affects your life. Self-doubt doesn't just affect your thoughts. It affects your actions, or your lack of them. It can stop you from starting something new, from finishing what you started, from asking for what you deserve, from trusting your own voice. When you live in doubt, you shrink. You avoid risks. You play it safe. And over time, this leads to regret. But here's the good news. If self-doubt is a habit, that means it can be unlearned. Start by taking small actions. Confidence doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing. And you don't have to take massive leaps to start. Just take one small action that moves you forward. Maybe you don't feel ready to launch a business, but you can research the first step. Maybe you don't feel qualified to post your work, but you can share it with one friend. Every small step chips away at the doubt. Each time you act despite fear, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than you think. Practice talking back to the voice. That voice in your head that tells you you're not enough. Start talking back to it. Doubt says, "What if I fail?" You respond, "What if I succeed?" Doubt says, "I can't do this." You say, "I'm learning how." This isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about choosing a different story. One that gives you power, not fear. It might feel awkward at first, but this inner dialogue matters. Over time, your brain starts to believe what you repeat. Surround yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with influence how you see yourself. If you're around people who constantly criticize or doubt you, their voices become your inner voice. But when you're around people who support you, challenge you, and believe in your potential, your mindset changes. You rise to the level of your environment. Look for mentors. Join communities. Connect with others who are growing too. You don't have to do this alone. Stop waiting to feel ready. One of the biggest traps of self-doubt is waiting to feel confident before you act. But confidence doesn't come first. It comes after. You build confidence by doing the thing you're scared of, again and again. You learn by trying. You grow by failing. And eventually, what once scared you becomes second nature. The secret is this. Nobody ever feels 100% ready. The people who win are the ones who start anyway. Let go of perfection. Perfectionism is just fear in disguise. It tells you to wait until everything is perfect. Until your skills are perfect. Your plan is perfect. But that day never comes. Perfection keeps you frozen. Progress gets messy. Mistakes happen. But that's where growth lives. Instead of aiming for perfect, aim for progress. Ask yourself, what's the next best step I can take today? Learn to accept failure. Failure isn't the enemy. It's part of the process. Every successful person has failed, usually more times than you know. What separates them is that they didn't quit. When you fail, don't make it mean something about your worth. It means you tried. You learned. You're one step closer. The faster you can bounce back, the stronger your mindset becomes. Use visualization to build belief. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you vividly imagine. So use that to your advantage. Visualize yourself succeeding. Picture yourself speaking confidently, completing that project, or reaching your goal. The more detailed, the better. This isn't about fantasy. It's mental training. Athletes do it. Performers do it. Entrepreneurs do it. Because it works. Visualization builds belief, and belief fuels action. Track your wins. Self-doubt loves to ignore your progress. It will remind you of every mistake, but forget every success. That's why you need to track your wins, no matter how small. Write them down. Review them often. When you have proof of your growth in front of you, it's harder to believe the lie that you're not good enough. Set clear, achievable goals. Vague goals feed doubt. Clear goals give you direction. When you know what you're working toward, it's easier to focus and harder to get lost in self-judgment. Break your goals into small, doable steps. Every completed task becomes a reason to trust yourself more. And when you hit a wall, you adjust the plan, not your worth. Practice self-compassion. You're not weak for doubting yourself. You're human. Everyone has fears. Everyone struggles. The difference is how you respond to that struggle. Instead of beating yourself up, try being kind to yourself. Imagine how you talk to a friend going through the same thing. Now say those words to yourself. Self-compassion doesn't make you soft. It makes you stronger. It helps you recover faster and move forward with more clarity. Make resilience your goal. Confidence comes and goes. Motivation rises and falls. But resilience, the ability to keep going, that's what builds lasting success. A resilient mindset means you don't give up when things get hard. You find a way. You adapt. You learn. The more you bounce back from challenges, the more unstoppable you become. Track how far you've come. When you're growing, it's easy to only see how far you still have to go. But don't forget to look back. Think about where you were 6 months ago, a year ago. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.